Hey everybody, it's me. Welcome to the Rosalie Elliott Show. We're all about world music, psychology, and so much more. I'm happy that you're here. Let's dive in. I got lots of awesome content for you. It's summertime where I'm at. Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, and here we go. It's perfect for you. She's like singing out of my soul. Sometimes we get lost in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize. High time for me to check out more of our beloved Welsh artist, Ren. He's been putting out amazing content. We're going to check out his mashup, Back on 74 and Message in a Bottle, live retake. Back on 74 is a song by Jungle. Message in a Bottle is a song by The Police. I love The Police. I love Sting. I love the sound of their music, the lyrics. So I'm curious to see how he puts these two together. Not really familiar with Back on 74, but I have a feeling that Ren's going to put his own twist and bring a lot of class and sass and talent to this one. Are you ready? Okay, testing. Nope, we got a problem. Sound. Message in a bottle. Bear with me, my people. I send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Brat-dat-dat-down. Message in a bottle. Ooh. Okay, guys, I think I got it. Got to figure out that sound. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, the whole setting is fitting. Ooh.
Keep it rocking, doing the same thing. We get high on the breakdown. We were watching from the same time, but that don't change what I think now. We were talking about the same crime, but we don't hide when it rains now. I learned my lesson at the same time. Ooh, where did it go? Back on 74. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Keep it rocking, doing the same thing. We get high on the breakdown. We were watching from the same time, but that don't change what I think now. And we were talking about the same crowd, but we don't hide when it rains down. I learned my lesson at the same time. Ooh, where did it go? Back on 74. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it let it go? Let it go. 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 Let it go.
This is nuts. This has got so much soul.
Let's take 'em back to 17-4. Inherently poor, myself on the
Breakdown.
talk is secondary. First, my specialty, naughty bars on a
Take down.
rap like nicotine, sound so addicting. Click, click, zibble, flip, caddy, daddy, hit the green. Soak up dopamine, I mean dope scheme. Take more head than the blade of a guillotine. Filipina, you should have seen her. She likes girls, but I turn Tina. Angelina, wanna raid her tomb. Ocarina, with the Zelda moves. Sound so smooth, wax strip groove. Don't stay still, wanna make that move. Thought for food, colour scheme nude. Massive like jungle, shy but rude. And the world is yours, that's a Nas shout out with an awkward pause. Cause the world is flawed when the power makes money and the money makes wars. And the world is more than a place in space on a spinning ball. And for now that's all, back to 1974. Back on 74. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go?
Get out of here. Freaking epic. That riff. Oh my gosh. That's my favorite.
Just a lonely day, and island lost at sea. Another castaway, nobody here but me. More loneliness than any man could bear. Rescue me before I fall into despair. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS.
Ra-da-da-da.
Message in the bottle.
Ra-ba-ba-da. Yeah.
Message in the bottle. Yeah.
Ooh, brother. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was so smooth. Oh my gosh, you guys. Ooh, that was like a good wine, or like that perfect steak, or just, oh my gosh, that was good. Ren, I am so freaking proud of this kid. Just when you thought, not that I thought you could box him in, to be honest. He has so many genres he taps into. But just when you think that you kind of have the work that is Ren, the art that is Ren figured out, he brings something like this and he just drops the mic and he blows everybody away. It's mind-boggling. He has taken us on so many rides. The things that I've experienced psychologically and emotionally with work like High Ren and Sick Boy, to then jam out to his tracks that are more on the entertaining side, right? Where you're paying attention to the double entendres and the literary art of his rap, to the jams where you're wondering what type of message he may have, why he's bringing in certain elements that may or may not necessarily trigger, but provoke you to think and wonder. But when it comes to musical compositions, there's such a variety. It's amazing. And you know someone's got skill and talent when they can tap into various genres, but still making it their own without trying to be a copycat or the 2.0 version of something else. And he continues to do that. Back on 74, Song by Jungle, which he references Jungle in his lyrics at one point, which was witty and brilliant, makes it his own by bringing in the rap part. The literary art, even in that little snippet, the flow, some of those, ooh, snap, right? References to Moorhead and stuff like that, right? As Ren does, he'll throw in those nuggets that are either sexual or provocative or slick in double entendres and meaning, where it makes you go, oh, snap, ooh, what did he just say? Did I hear that right? Or he'll then 2 lines later talk about nude as in a color double entendre to, speaking of women and these sexual references. So he brings in he seasons, it's like this dish, and he seasons it with some spice and some funk. His food, his music does not lack flavor, but there's so many notes that you experience throughout that are beyond just, oh, this tastes good. Oh, this was nice. Okay. You got to pay attention. And there's a lot of detail and intention. And that's what makes him such an artist. It's beyond, let me create a track that'll make it on the radio. I want to make my millions and goodbye. He really keeps bringing us art, showcasing who he is as a person, who he is as an artist, and that he is just that, a human being, constantly being and creating beyond, this is what I do. This is my work. Just making music. I feel like that's often one of those tales of a true artist versus just someone who wants to perform or entertain, is someone who is willing to break out, branch out, try new things, still making it his own, and painting pictures, cooking these meals of music that are intentional, that are detailed, that are poignant. Is that the word? I never know how quite to say that. Back on 74, Song by Jungle, you keep me walking on the same line when we get high on my break time. We're just watching from the same town, but that don't change when it break down. Then we were talking about the same crime. No, it don't hurt when it rains now. Learned my lesson at the same time. Okay, so this song, I guess, can be interpreted in different ways, but some say that it may be this idea of reflecting on fond times of the past. It also may speak of the mundane things of life, such as being on break time, right, at your job, walking on the same line. You're going through that motion. Perhaps when you're working on that same line, that same conveyor belt, you're going through your job. You're meeting with the same people, talking about the same crime. You're dealing with the same things, going through your day to day. Go back on 74 when I noticed you. Call this place my home. Never gonna cry anymore. Where did it all go? Let it go. Okay. So reflecting on what's happened, right? I'm reflecting on 74, which could be a reference to a highway, I suppose, or a year, right? The year 74, the summer of 69, right? You have these references to different years, moments that were special to a person. Or it makes me also think of Route 66, right? A road, a highway, these references to numerical things that refer to time and space, that make us reflect on a time and an experience. And there's this duality here between the mundane and going through the motion and yet reflecting fondly on what has been, something you called your home, a direct tie to who you are as a person, right? There's more than just rhyme and rhythm here. There is a beautiful composition, lots of soul. The whole setting of this music video was beautifully done. The setting of this room that had that throwback vibe that just really took us back, from the beautiful paintings on the wall to the red velvety looking sofa and the red lamp. That whole aura that was beautiful, that was full of jazz and soul. The background singers that he picked wisely, that brought so much beauty and class to this. A lot of soul, a lot of elegance, a lot of composture, and yet pulling you into that feeling of what music really is. That time, that era where you were at a speakeasy or at a lounge, at a bar, at a jazz club, where you played a record, where you listened, where you really enjoyed music. It's different than some of the places nowadays where you just go and there's so much talking going on and people are distracted and the music is a background note. Here it really feels like you are partaking in this musical meal and you're really present front and center to an experience. And so this beautiful artwork, these beautiful women, their soulfulness, the range that they bring to the table, the high notes, the harmonies, it adds so much beautiful color and so much flavor to this dish. I keep referring to it as food. I promise I'm not hungry right now, but it's just so beautifully done. The Ren's attire here, right? All those little details, they affect how we perceive things. This would have been very different if it was on a stage in front of a huge crowd. This would have felt different with a different band or background singers or setup. It would have felt different if Ren's attire was different. He's looking classy and dapper with his white shirt and the red tie hanging loosely or hanging open. Okay, so he looks formal and informal. He's bringing in that spice to what would be a formal attire, your suit, pants, your shirt, your tie. But here his shirt is half undone. He's wearing a necklace. He has that tie hanging down, almost like you're participating in a behind the scenes VIP lounge after the show, or before, most likely after, right? The performance is done, everybody's gone, and you are able to unbutton that shirt, let your hair down, relax, and just be in the presence of the VIPs, up close and personal. Got his guitar, beautiful riff, beautiful chord progression at the beginning, coming strong with the soul from the get-go. The way him and the other guitar player, forgive me that I don't know his name right now. Now hold on, is he playing the bass or the guitar? I'm trying to rewind. The bassist and the guitar, the way that those instruments are flowing together, the way that they're not only playing together with their instruments, but engaging with one another physically as they face each other, as they're smiling at one another, the background singers and Ren. There is an intimate, personal, up-close experience going on, and it makes you feel like you're in the room with them. The unbuttoned shirt, like I said, tied down, gives it that relaxed feel. It brings in a lot of spice, a lot of fun. Then these little gestures that Ren does, right, with the fingers and looking through these references that add a little bit of that spice, like I mentioned, when it comes to the lyrics, bringing in a lot of his own flair, but bringing this song back on 74 to life with a new flair, but doing it justice, honoring these songs. And I love that. He will do these retakes and these remakes and remixes of songs that we know, that we love, with a lot of respect. He does those songs justice and still makes it their own. And then he transitions into a song that I love. As you could see, I got excited during the reaction. That chord progression, that riff, Message in a Bottle. Doesn't do the whole song of that, but he medleys into that with the first verse and the first chorus. The background singers, again, adding beautiful dynamics with the harmonies and the call and response feeling. This was amazing. And what I love about putting these two songs together, in addition to that, they worked from a compositional standpoint with the chords being similar with the chord progression and riff. Message-wise, haha, pun intended, message in a bottle. That was fitting because one song reflected on something mundane and reflecting on, remembering, 74, remembering things. Message in a bottle to me speaks of this idea, another lonely day with no one here but me. Speaks also on things being mundane. You are cast away, an island lost at sea. And that not necessarily literally, right? But in life, you may feel alone. You're going through the motions. We need relationship. A man is not an island, or how the saying goes. We need connection. And so when we're going through the motion, we're lonely, another day here, more loneliness than any man could bear. It's this feeling of, I'm struggling. Life can be hard. It can be mundane. It can be all about reflecting and remembering. Rescue me before I fall into despair. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope someone gets my message in a bottle. Okay, so even lyrically, thematically, I could see some connection here. That was beautifully done. But he just killed it. This was smooth as butter. Ooh, that was good. What do you think? Comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!